right, December 21st, Tuesday. It was a great day for the account. I think the account's up around $1,400 today. Probably the best day since I started doing this series. In terms of tickers that got at least $100 gain today, we got Ben Gaming, Zillow, DraftKings, Path, Snap, Oxy. A good list. Significant amounts as well. Not just at 100. Quite a bit more. Right. So in terms of positions that's doing poorly, we got Alcoa. It has breached our 56 call. So that didn't look good. Very exciting day because of how well the account was doing. It's a bit overdue. In terms of the things that was done today, quite a bit of activities. Let's see, I want to remove the cancelled. Give me only filled. Good. So we got filled in Zillow and filled in Zillow again. So what had happened in the morning was have the inverse strangle for Zillow. The 70 call for I think December 31st. The market or at least Zillow went down in the morning where I was like, oh, I can buy back this call at a much cheaper price, and then figured, okay, if it comes back up later in the day, then I'll try to sell the call again. For instead of doing the December 31st, I'll go to Jan 7th, and basically I would be rolling it out in time. But I took advantage of the stock going down and the stock going up later in the day. Not necessarily I was watching the screen, but put a limit order in, and then it just went through at some point. Went through at 10, 15, 10, 17. And then towards the end of the day, I was like, all right, Zillow had come back up, and I was like, hey, it's around 62. I can try to make some money out of this. No, not necessarily try to make money. I'm trying to reduce my cost basis. So I think if I do look at the order chains, is this it? Should I be looking at? Nah, I need to go much longer. Let's see, 180 days. Let's see. I still need to figure out how to use this better. Because the average trade price I have a separate spreadsheet where I'm keeping track of these things. It's not 340, it's quite a bit more. I think I started off at 75, but nope, not there. I don't remember where I started. I'll have to go back to my spreadsheet and find it. And then what I mentioned about the worst position for the day being Alcoa, it actually breached through the 56 call. So I removed the 43 put, and I wanted to reduce some of the risk. So basically rolled it up to the 52 put. Again, didn't do it in one shot. Basically had a limit order for Alcoa. It went through, and once it went through, I was like, okay, where is Alcoa right now? And it was already past the 56 price. So sold this one. Again, just trying to take some risk off. CPNG has been one of the bags for a really long time. It had a good update today, and see, yeah, it was almost up to 30. And based on all the credit I collected before, I was like, do I still want to hold on to this or find a way to get out? And at least in this case, I know I started with this 30 put in August. So in the end, I think after all of these credits that you're seeing in green, rolling one by one. Bought it back today for 330 and have a total profit of 48. Could have held it longer to possibly get more money out of it, considering I already held it for so long. I could have, but it's been so long. I figured, okay, this is a good time for me to get out of this position, get my buying power back, probably use that money for another trade, and then I still have quite a bit of positions that is doing quite poorly because they are all bags. Peloton, there you go, 40, but my strike is at 65. Chegg is another one, 55. Put stocks at 30. So there is enough and more bags in this portfolio where I needed to come back. And the moment I comes back where I'm break even, probably try to get out so I can kind of start fresh. Right. But generally very happy. Bit worried about Alcoa, but I think the adjustment, I don't know how it'll help pan out. Usually quite a bit worried whenever something breaches through the call side. Well, let's see how it goes. But overall, great day. Probably the best day since I've started doing this. All right, take care.